Hello everyone and welcome back to LEGO New York. It's been about a month since the last update and I've been working hard to, add some new really cool stuff to the city. You might have already seen some stuff on Instagram, but today I can proudly present to you the Chrysler building and the vessel. So I'm just going to start with the smaller one, the vessel, and just work my way around the city until we end up at the Chrysler building. So the vessel is maybe not the most famous, not even a building, it's more like a structure from New York. But the second I saw it, I just knew I had to have it in the city. It's sort of an observation post, I guess, in Hudson Yards, and it allows you to go up and down through all kinds of stairways and just, have a great view from the city. And I always considered it maybe an impossible build at this scale for the Lego City, but I think this, resembles the vessel more than enough to count as a success, and it's actually incredibly durable. You can basically lift the entire base plate on with the vessel. It's very sturdy. You can post minifigures on it, so I'm very happy with how this turned out. In real life, around the vessel, there's some greenery and some pathways, which are all very asymmetrical. So I didn't have the space on a single base plate to copy that, but I did try to go with the whole asymmetrical vibe. So I basically added these street posts in a circular pattern, also to kind of, create a barrier between this and possibly a future building on this side. I used these wedge plates to create a diagonal piece of greenery, and then there is some wedge bricks over here that allow for some trees, so giving that real park kind of vibe. There's another small tree over here, but that's actually on the sideway, not necessarily included in the build of the vessel. And as you can see, it's perfect to pose minifigures. One of them is taking pictures from the skyline over here, just looking up at all these high-rise buildings, which is really cool. A few others are just making their way through the structure. So pretty happy with this. I think it's a good addition to the city. I love adding some smaller details as well, and this is definitely one of the must-haves in any Lego New York. Just to have a little bit more of a city vibe going on, I removed the vehicle station from Lego Marvel Superheroes. It was a bit over there. I moved it over here, and just a basketball ring hoop and a rail for some skateboarders to grind on. Just, some small details to kind of pull it into the city. It's across the street from Bryant Park. And just looking at this area over here, we're going from east to west. This is in Hudson Yards, so it would totally make sense to add at least one of the taller buildings from Hudson Yards, preferably the one with the edge on it, the observation deck. That's going to be quite a challenge building that though, but yeah, we'll just have to see. But at least there's something happening over here right now. So that's the first thing. Another thing, and the tree is sort of a hint, I added way more trees in the city. So there's another one over there, some smaller ones over here. As you can see, I'm still kind of struggling. I don't have enough of either of the leaves to create all the trees that I want. However, I saw on the channel of Percival Bricks that he kind of changes out the leaves with the seasons. I won't be able to do that this year. So kind of making a winter New York is not in the cards for this winter. But at a certain point, I really, really would like to do that. So this is just preparations for doing that. They are really simple. It's one of those round modified tiles with a pillar on top, a 3-length bar attached to the pillar, and 3 leaves around. And from the side, they're a little bit thin, but looking from above, it's a pass. It's enough for now. I might improve on them later. I added a few around the city, so over here, over there. It does really bring the whole city to life a little bit. And here is one where I added actual leaves on top of the larger leaf pieces. It helps a bit. So I might do that with all the other trees, but Then again, I would use a enormous amount of those leaf pieces, so I don't have those yet. Also, as a family, we went to Copenhagen and we went to Lego House in Billund, so I added a few things that I could get there. I saw this one, a very realistic looking car. I'm very happy with it, so just a nice addition to Lego New York. Working on a second yellow cab. So the first one is over there, and we have the second one over here. And I want to add like 3 more somewhere in the future. Just every time I order pieces, I order a few for building another yellow cab. What I showed you last time was these exhaust vents that can be seen in New York. I added 2 more of those as well. One over there and one over there. A small sneak peek to the Chrysler building. I'm almost done with the subway station, so all the side bars are over there. The subway sign is there. Only the top pieces for the lampposts are missing, so I hope to have those done next time, but I don't have them in my parts collection, so I have to just wait until I can order more of those. Then all the way to the other subway station, where it's sort of simple, but I just made a printout of the Lego New York subway station map and cut it out with scissors, used some tape, and now it's there. So small detail, but very happy with it. Adds more detail to the city. Then we come to Fifth Avenue, which now, with the Chrysler building added to it, is really getting that like tunnel city vision that I like so much about New York. And having said that, we can now slowly move on to the Chrysler building, which I think looks absolutely amazing. I'm so happy. I think this is the best thing I have designed until now, and the proportions are good. There's this like these smaller details like these black tall slopes along the door give that Art Deco vibe. The doorknob is a bit of Art Deco. The flag is an addition I made myself, but I still think it looks good. The minifigure in front is a small souvenir from Lego House, living in the city right now. So that's really cool. And it's pretty tall. Just zooming out a little bit, you can see that it is a little bit less tall than the Empire State Building, which is it's supposed to be, but it's definitely one of the taller buildings of the city. I think only Avengers Tower is a little bit taller than that, but that's about it. On top, we can see Spider-Man. I just thought it was a funny addition to have him overlooking the city from over here and looking down on what's happening on the street. Just these views from atop of the skyscrapers are just really cool. It kind of gives me the vibe that I'm in the actual Lego Marvel superheroes game. So I'm just gonna show you the building once more. I really like these as well. The biggest struggle, of course, was the pinnacle of the tower, which, as you know, has these windows that are kind of fanning out from the center. And I just opted to not have actual windows, but use these claw pieces, and they really do the job magnificently. And I'm very happy with the spire as well. So that's the update on the city for now. However, there's a lot in the planning, so let's talk about that. I added more road pieces, and you might have noticed that at the beginning of Fifth Avenue, this used to be a corner going this way and this way, and now it's a T-junction. I'm planning on getting one more of these tables, and instead of placing it this way, I'm going to place it that way. It will allow me to add 2 rows of base plates to the city. This will become a T-junction, and then it will go like this and like this, and hopefully I will be able to build Freedom Tower over here. I already have the design ready to go. Freedom Tower will be here with the 9/11 memorial next to it, and then a road around. But that's going to be a huge addition and a very expensive skyscraper, is going to be taller than the Empire State Building, which is now, I think this is 1 meter and 10 centimeters or something. And most of the top is not actual building. Whereas with Freedom Tower, it's going to be building up to here and then add an antenna on top. So it's going to be huge. But it's going to require, I think, nearly 3,000 1x2 transparent dark blue bricks. Not sure how I'm going to get those, but working on it. So that's going to be a great addition to the city. Another thing that's in the making is this over here. So these are 2 official sets, the deli from the Spider-Verse and also from a Spider-Man movie, this ATM set, which is going to be robbed by one of these masked people. I designed a New York apartment building around this. I'm going to build it, and I'm going to put it over here instead of the police station. It's going to be a bit taller, so like this high, about the same as Times Square. And then the police station is going to move over there, adding a little bit more detail to that part of the city. And all in all, that's going to be a pretty big update because it's going to add an entire section to the city. So that's it for this update. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually build Freedom Tower in January, but yeah, we'll have to see. It's going to take a while, so it might be a little bit longer than usual before I do another video. Having said that, I really hope you enjoyed looking at the city again. And if you have any suggestions or questions, please ask me in the comments below. Happy to answer them, and we'll see you all next time.